No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I'm having a sit down with one of the hottest up and coming rappers out of Toronto right now. We got Savv4x in the building. How you feeling?
Feeling great.
Hell yeah. Hyped to be doing this. This is your first ever interview, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, I'm excited. It's pretty much an honor because I feel like you're definitely going places. You got some really good music.
Appreciate that.
Definitely. So, yeah, let's take it right from the beginning before we get into everything you got going on these days. You're from Malvern, which is like a subsection of Toronto.
Yeah. Scarborough.
Okay. Yeah. What was it like? What kind of environment is this?
Well, any other environment, I guess. Not crazy, but like, still got your shit, you know?
Okay. So, were you seeing some wild stuff take place from an early age, or was it pretty tame?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. But it was like pretty normal for the most part.
Okay. Because a lot of people, like, even in LA, you know, we kind of talk about Toronto like it's just one of these really crazy cities where we're always hearing wild tales coming out there, kind of like Chicago or Philly or whatever.
Yeah. Toronto's definitely one of those cities, but it's more like really who like you surround yourself with. There's good and bad people everywhere, you know?
Definitely. But did you feel like you were surrounded by a lot of negative influences from a young age, or was it kind of like your choice?
Sure. I guess, yeah, I don't know. Because like you see how you said it's your choice, it's more like something like that.
Okay.
You're not really forced to like do much, but like circumstances,
Mm.
you know, kind of force you to do certain things.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people have.
I wouldn't say force you to do certain things, like force you into a certain direction. Is more what I would say.
I mean, I've seen every version of this, I feel like, on the podcast over the years, from like dudes who were totally normal kids and then they had something bad happen to somebody that they loved and they just became a completely different person in a very short period of time.
Like that, like losing people early, just going through the same regular shit everybody, like other people go through, you know?
Definitely. What kind of kid would you say that you were?
Me? Well, I would say like for the most part, I was a good kid. I was, yeah, a good kid. But like, fucking, yes, sir?
Okay. What kind of kid would you say that you were growing up at a young age?
For the most part, I was a good kid. But like, you know, circumstances change certain, like, you know?
Did you have your mom and your dad in your life?
Yeah, I don't know. Because like my pops is around, but not as much as he should have been, you know?
Okay.
It was mostly mom.
Okay. And you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah. I got two older brothers. I have one on my dad's side and one on my mom.
Okay. And did you feel like they were a big factor in your upbringing?
Oh, for sure. Cause my older brother is like, he was my pops at a point. Like he taught me everything I know, you know? And then like when I was like 15, 16, he passed away. So that super affected my life.
Okay.
Like that's when everything kind of changed, you know? Script completely flipped.
Really? Okay. So yeah, I mean, would you say that you were like pretty much a totally straight-laced normal kid up to that point?
It depends on what you call normal, because you see, like, if you go around, like, let's say, I don't know if you know Canada like that, like, if you put me with, like, a fucking, some kid from Bay Area or some shit, they wouldn't look at the shit that I look at as normal, you know? So I kind of, like, I don't want to say, like, I had the craziest upbringing, because my childhood is normal for the most part, you know? But, like, there was definitely some shit that you would look at, like, whoa.
Do you have one memory in particular, aside from your brother losing his life, which is when you were like 15, so you're kind of older, but do you have a memory when you're younger where that stands out to you as you kind of having this realization of like, oh, this isn't just a regular place. There's crazy shit that happens here.
Little dumb shit, like, that's a good example. There's so much shit I could say, but I'm trying to like think like
you have like a lot of different filters in your brain.
Yeah, like I don't want to say nothing too crazy.
Right.
And I guess I could say like how like the other kids were around me. Like certain shit was normal to us. We were like 10, 11 smoking weed. And 13 stealing cars and shit. Dumb shit like that.
Really? And was it like older dudes putting you on how to do something like steal a car? Or?
No, not really. Cause you see like, I see like a lot of these like American hoods, niggas have like big homies and shit like that. It's not like that in Canada. It's a bunch of little niggas running wild.
Really?
It's no structure at all. That's why it turns out the way it does, you know?
So you feel like dudes, by the time they're 30 or whatever, they're not really involved with any of the street stuff in the same way usually?
No, there is for sure, but like niggas don't do enough to earn that title like big homie. Like you're just one of the older guys, I guess.
Definitely when we talk to like younger dudes from Chicago or some shit, that's like one thing that they find super weird about LA, that there's like 50-year-old dudes that are still like kind of consumed by gang shit, street shit, that's just like a huge part of their personality still. Like they expect dudes to kind of let that go by the time they get to a certain age.
Yeah. I don't know, it's like if you make it away, you make it away. If you don't, then you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Right. So, okay. Up till that point, though, you would say that you were like kind of a regular kid. Like, what was your relationship like with your older brothers, though? Were they like trying to keep you out of trouble, or were they kind of getting you into trouble?
Okay, so like you see, like how I said, my one older bro is from my dad's side. So like him, I barely got to see him. Probably like once or twice a month. My older brother was always there. But him, we were super close when I was super young, and that was my dog. Like even though there was like a big ass age gap, like there wasn't really like a division between us, you know? Like we've always kind of been super tight.
Definitely. And so when he lost his life, how much can you say about what that situation was?
Oh, like to me, or like,
I mean, how it went down, or what it was like for you finding out and processing it?
Nah, cause that situation was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like how it went down, like to me, like I don't even really know to a full extent. I know my mom found him in his house. So it's kind of like, whoa. Mom, like went down some regular shit. Like I kind of like had like a weird feeling because nobody was answering their phone. After a while, and then my fucking cousin messaged me and they're like, "Yo, what's wrong with your bro?" Didn't say nothing else after that, so I was like, "What the fuck?" They're calling my peoples, they're not answering. So I got a call like an hour later. My older sister told me this guy passed away. Wasn't even telling me much about the situation, just told me like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? It didn't even make sense to me.
Damn.
It was weird. I'm not gonna lie.
What did you end up finding out about how the situation played out?
My bro died in his sleep.
In his sleep?
How I didn't even like really want to know all the details, to be honest with you. I just left it at that.
I mean, typically, usually when we find out somebody died in their sleep, it's drug related? No.
It's not drug related.
It was violence related, or
no?
You just, I mean, I just can't really think of a reason besides
like you see it is.
He had other health conditions?
Yeah, more like health problems.
Okay. Damn. Okay. And you were only 15. How many years older were you, or was he?
My bro died when he was like 30. I was 16 at the time. So he was like 14 years older than me.
Damn. How looking back on it, how did you process that, or how did you, like, what did it do to you psychologically?
I didn't even process it, bro. I was fucking going crazy once. All that stupid shit, I'm not gonna lie. And that's really when I started like even turning more towards the streets too. Like I said, I was a good kid for the most part. I lost a couple people, but like it wasn't like nothing really affected me like how my bro affected me. You know what I mean? Like that completely changed how I think, how I feel and shit. Like, everything changed.
I mean, you were so young. Did it basically just make you feel like life wasn't certain, or that the world was just like unspeakably cruel and that horrible things could just happen with no warning?
Yeah, it kind of made me realize like nothing's here forever too, so I don't really take nothing for granted, you know?
Okay, so you just saw the clip, but did you know that you can watch this entire interview right now before it's released to the public, uncensored, by becoming a member for just $5 a month, and there's a lot of other crazy benefits as well. So make sure you hit the link down in the description and sign up. Appreciate y'all.